Oh, we are
Yeah,
live.
yeah, we are live now.
We are.
Sorry, we are live now. I didn't press go live again. We are live now. Welcome to KHN Football. The transfer show today. A little bit of discussion on Spurs as well. I'm here with Slendz. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Will.
Yeah, I'm all right. I guess I'm good.
Lambs.
We're still champions of Europe.
Yes, we are. And Marshall.
Doesn't do the show for a week, forgets how to go live. But aside from that, we're doing great. We're doing great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so just before we begin, like and share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and put notifications on as well if you subscribe to know when they're happening. Also, if you want to, you can put a super chat in. We'll read that off for you. But yes, I'll throw this over to Slendz. The opening topic is Haaland.
Yeah.
Big breaking news that we are thinking about buying him. Basically, if I break it down in a nutshell, we're working on towards possibly putting in a bid to buy him. I know you've had some thoughts about that maybe a bit of the opposite side of most Chelsea fans. What are you thinking?
It's funny. Today I tweeted there about like 4 hours ago. There is no credible links to Haaland, and lo and behold, like 20 minutes later, Matt Law, Christian Falk, Fiosov, whatever that guy's name is, and who else? Oh yeah, even Fabrizio Romano liked the tweet about Haaland. So I got proven wrong there, but I still think there's a lot of complications with the deal. I think 150 million, like it's not easy to just pay that fee. I know we're a very wealthy club with a wealthy owner, but there are certain things that need to go into order in order for us to sign this guy. I would love him at Chelsea. He's not my first choice. I know it's very controversial. He's not my first choice. But whoever wears the Chelsea shirt, I'll always back. I think, listen, when it comes to him, we need to have creators around him, and we need to kind of prioritize the striker signing, and then get a centre back ideally. But listen, it seems like the credible links are here, and you know what? Chelsea fans should be excited if they want Haaland.
Listen, bro, I'm excited. I'm like you. I love these stories, but until I see that picture of them in Marina on the website with a pen in his hand over a contract, then it's not happening for me either. It's a very complicated deal as well. All those saying Dortmund won't sell, which probably Marshall will bring up in a few minutes. I think they will, because money makes the world go round. It makes business sense for them to sell. They lose out on 95 million pounds next year if they don't sell. And Chelsea aren't doing this unless they've got something. Yeah, they would, as all transfer deals go, they go to the agent first and then the player before they ever go to the club. They wouldn't be doing this if they haven't got a wink wink nudge nudge that he is interested in joining. So that's what I believe. But Lambs, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, even though the price tag may concern a few people, like, don't get me wrong, it did concern me in the beginning as well. But if we think about it in this way, the guy is 20 years old, right? For a 20-year-old, he's already built differently. He's already exceeded the expectations of what we expect most 20-year-old strikers to be achieving by that age. So in that sense, I do see it as more of a long-term investment, in which case I wouldn't be too mad at us spending that kind of money, especially considering his age, the age of the player as well. At the end of the day, he is one of our big targets. We should be going for one of our big targets. Mm-hmm. Like I said to you guys, literally just before we started the stream as well, we just won the Champions League. We are a very, very desirable team. And I've heard no hint of anything from Roman suggesting that he's not going to do what it takes to spend the necessary money to make these necessary additions to our squad to strengthen so we can compete or perhaps even surpass City next season. I will not be surprised if another 200 plus million is dropped so we can get that striker, that CDM, that centre back that we so desperately need to strengthen our squad. So I wouldn't be surprised if this goes through. I also wouldn't be surprised if it falls through as well, because Dortmund are on the verge of possibly losing two star players in the sense of Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland. But as we know, the financial constraints have forced them to be in this position where they possibly have to sell, and if they have to sell, take the money. And they are known for doing this, for getting players and developing them and selling them off for big money. So at the end of the day, we're just helping contribute to that process, really and truly. So I think this could be a definite possibility. I also think it can just fall through just as easily as well.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I know Marshall will probably bring up that Dortmund aren't selling team, but we do remember that this isn't coming from Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? Where it's just literally money's coming in from Bayern Munich. It's around German football, and they're not selling now and then to their, I wouldn't say rival, but the biggest team. But you don't think they're going to sell because why?
Because they have Champions League football. It's as simple as that. The biggest reason that they wanted to sell Haaland earlier this season, the biggest reason we were so linked to them and the talk was so heavy with all these teams was because they were in danger of not making top four. And then Dortmund all of a sudden decided to wake the fuck up and play the last few games and make top four. And not only is it the fact that it's top four. I did want to mention this, and I agree with Lance 100%. We should be going for our top three targets, which are Kane, Lukaku, and Haaland. Lukaku isn't looking like it's happening. He said directly, usually players don't like when they want to move to a club, they'll like beat around the bush. They'll say something like, oh, we don't know, like what Lewandowski said, the future, I'm very open-minded to the future, that kind of talk. Lukaku simply said he's not going to leave Inter. He's not interested in leaving Inter. Kane, it's looking more and more likely that he's going to move to City. Also, Levy doing a deal with Chelsea, like a direct competitor. I don't think he's about it, even though Man City is also a direct competitor, but there's no rivalry there. It looks like Haaland is the most likely. But the issue with Haaland that is going to arise, I don't expect there to be a problem with paying 154 million for this player. But the issue with that is that it's not just going to be 154 million. Mino Raiola is going to get his grubby hands in there, and he's going to want to jack the price up so he can make something out of it. So I feel like that is where we're going to run into an issue where we're not going to get Haaland. Not only that, Dortmund, and based on last year with Dortmund saying this is how much we want for Jadon Sancho, and Man United tried to get a deal and beat around the bush, and how that didn't work out. They were very digging their heels in about the price of Jadon Sancho. I feel like they're also going to dig their heels about the price of Haaland and the fact that they want to keep Haaland because they want to compete next season. They want to make money in the Champions League. There is money to be made by keeping Haaland as well. And also the club itself, well, I think it's in Mino Raiola's best interest that he doesn't sell Haaland this season. And I've said this in the previous stream. He doesn't sell Haaland this season because there's at least likely he'll make any money off of it than if he were to sell him for cheaper next season, and he can add on his agent fees and all that stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I really want Haaland to come in. I don't really care for the price. I just feel that Mino Raiola is going to be that wedge in between us making that deal and not just because of the fees he's going to want to ask for.
Can I just say something before we move on to Will? Sorry, Andrew. What everyone said, yeah. I think Lamb said something very important. The whole thing about not selling Sancho and Haaland. They said, I'm pretty sure in these terms that we're not going to sell 2 stars this summer. We're going to sell one or the other. And I think Sancho being sold for how much? For 90 million kind of means that Haaland is very less likely to leave. And I understand people, all the big journalists got the same report today, which is Chelsea are interested. And Chelsea, listen, we know Chelsea are interested. We know that Roman wants him. So it's not news. So I think that point is very important, what Lam said.
No, I understand that.
I also think, sorry, just really, really quickly, I also think, unlike Manchester United, like Chelsea actually holds some credibility, and we're not trying to negotiate or negotiate prices. I think we will initially try to, if we can, work out a deal. I think that's why there's been talks of, Tammy Abraham possibly being included in the deal, or maybe even as a separate deal to sweeten the fact that, Haaland can be on offer to us. But I think if worst comes to worst, Chelsea will give them their asking price. They won't try and negotiate it down like for 20 million or so less like Manchester United. I feel like Chelsea, if Dortmund say, okay, we're not selling him for less than 150 million, Chelsea be like, here's the 150 million. And then you can have Tammy Abraham, which probably you can value him at like maybe 18 million or something. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand Marshall's about Raiola getting agent fees, but they'll pay the agent fees this year as well. And probably because Chelsea's desperation, they'll probably pay more this year as well for the agent fees. There is desperation on our side because I don't know about if they go back for Lukaku, whether Lukaku then goes, I'm your second choice. I want to feel like the first choice, but I know Will hates.
About it, Andrew. You get 90 million and 150 million. You will have a beautiful budget to go and reinvest in the summer.
It makes on paper as a top headline. Would I rather take 90 million or 150 million? Of course, I'm going to take 150 million, and that'd be great if it was like FIFA. We just go in and just do it.
But I think Sancho's deal is easier to get through.
Sancho's deal easier because they've lowered it, and I understand that. But
can I just say, can a club like Borussia Dortmund, with the financial constraints that they've been in, especially since this COVID period, can they afford to turn down about 230, 240 million? That is a brilliant budget that most big clubs would usually allocate for a successful transfer window in the summer. That could be what they need to replace. Like from 2 players, they can literally replace them with like 4 or 5 quality players for that rebuild.
I think even without the COVID, it'd be stupid to not take 150 million and lose on a possible 90 million pounds the next year. Just out of pure logic. Even if you said, "Oh, we're not going to sell him," it's like, yeah, but then we're gonna. Even if we have him in the, we're not going to win the German title. We're not going to win the Bundesliga. That's going to be a 10th title in a row for Bayern Munich.
That's going to be Bayern Munich.
Before we move, I want to lead Will with this question as well, because Tammy brought up Lambs brought up adding Tammy into that deal. Other links that have been associated with Dortmund have been Callum Hudson-Odoi. I know Will is a big champion for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Let's talk about it. Do you think if there's a Haaland involved, is there a Callum Hudson-Odoi in the deal? Would you be willing to part ways with Callum Hudson-Odoi to get a Haaland or a Sancho?
Marshall, you've really got me here because
that's been an easy answer.
You know what? You might call me crazy. I try to be objective a lot of the time. But there's that part of me which is the emotional fan. I would not. There's certain players I would not let go for anything. Odoi, Pulisic, Havertz, Mount, Reece James. I would not let any of those players go for anything.
I'm sorry. I
would have to, and I rarely agree with Will on a lot of things. But Will, I'm going to have to agree with you on those points. I'm going to have to agree with you on that.
Guys, that's bonkers.
Will's spitting facts.
Will, what do you think about the Haaland
deal? Will is spitting facts right now.
He's spitting from his heart, and that's the way you don't do this. I'm sorry. I'd sell my mum to get Haaland.
Jesus Christ.
Cho, I'm sorry. Cho, you know what? I sacrificed Cho. I'm sorry. For Haaland, that's where the term I do use, generational talent, is with Haaland. I'm sorry.
But we don't know what Odoi will become, though. Odoi will, I don't think he'll become as good as Haaland.
So we buy him back in 5 years' time.
No.
We don't buy back. We don't buy back recycled material. We don't recycle players here.
Yeah. Why don't we get rid of someone else? Why him, man? Why not Ziyech?
Well, that's because no one wants him.
You know what? There have been links to Cho and Borussia. That's why I brought it up. Even though they're very empty links. I don't think they're true, but they're there. You know what I mean? It's someone's talking about it. It's in the air.
Smoke without fire.
Haaland in general. If you asked me a few months ago, are we going to get Haaland? I would have said absolutely no chance. But I think a few things have changed in the striker market. Kane's asked to leave. Lukaku's admitted he's staying. So I think City going for Kane will be crucial because I think that's one of the main competitors out of the race if he goes there. And then it's between probably us and Madrid. And I think we could get there before Madrid, especially with Madrid. They're looking at a few midfield targets for Ancelotti. So, you know, it also depends on our outgoings as well. I think it does. And I think it goes down to who Dortmund target as replacements. But if Dortmund line up their replacements and we get the outgoings, I don't see why we can't get it done. And I think it would want to come. And we should pay the money, Andrew, because as you said, it's desperation. We need,
Okay, Andrew,
I might have preferred Lukaku or Kane, but that doesn't matter now because they're
Yeah,
off the
exactly.
table.
Yeah.
Let's get
Andrew, I
Haaland.
want to see how far you're going to go, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you sell Mount for Haaland?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Whoa.
Fair enough.
Wow.
No, see, I
Okay,
see where
yeah.
your mind is at, then. That's it.
Yes.
That's calm.
I-
That's
fair
cool,
enough.
so,
No. Listen. I don't want to sell Mount, but if
Of
you
course,
give
yeah,
me
it's just
that choice,
that. Yeah.
My thought would be, I think what two people can't get mixed up is we're paying this money for Haaland and who we sell are not linked. Yeah, it's never been linked. We don't sell to buy. Do you know what I mean? We buy and then we sell. That's how we
That's true,
offset.
yeah.
That's how we offset the budget. So those going, oh well, we'll sell Tammy 40 million. That'll be more to the Haaland thing. No. That's a separate payment structure. Yeah, that's a separate deal altogether. Our selling of Tammy, whether we include him in this deal or not, or separately, is not linked to this. Okay,
Of
so
course, it
150
won't directly fund any deals, but there are outgoings we will have to make.
Oh no, there'll definitely be
Yeah.
outgoings, but it's not as if we're like we have to sell to buy.
No,
I get
Andrew,
what you
regardless
mean,
of who
I
we
get what
buy, we have to have departures this year because we've said this a million times.
We're too bloated.
What Lampard suffered from was a very congested squad, and that squad
Yes, I agree.
had
We have
issues
to
in
sell.
between.
We have to sell a lot.
We have to sell, yeah.
Yeah.
We have to.
I believe there's going to be only 3 transfers in this summer, and there's going to be like probably about 8 or 9 players out, whether it's on loan or
Right.
completed deals. I believe that has to happen because the squad's too bloated. Rants is on too. Oh, okay, hang on. So hit from there, and then she appeared on another one. Okay, cheers.
That's a trick.
That's a trick. Yeah.
Double trouble in that. Come on.
There we go. Yeah. So I believe. Yeah. So I believe. Yeah. The sales we're gonna have to sell and loan out again. Whatever. We've already released a few people. Cavalera's been released. A few others. Izzy Brown was on the youth products. They are sad about one thing, but really nearly had another chance.
Yeah, Alonso, Emerson, they're probably out.
Alonso and Emerson have to go.
Yeah.
One of them definitely has to go. Does he now? If he wants a centre back, I presume he's going to get rid of Zuma. I don't know what he's going to do. Is Kepa? Is anyone coming for Kepa?
Yeah, it looks like Zuma's more likely the one to go.
Yeah.
Kepa's probably on his way out as well.
Giroud signed that 1-year extension, but I believe he's going anyway.
Yeah,
Guys, you know when we sold Kepa, yeah?
Like I mentioned that obviously like Thiago Silva and Giroud both extended their contracts both for different reasons. Obviously
Yes.
one is going to stay and he's a vital part of this team and the back line. And the other one, I think, is just to get more value on his sell.
Yeah.
Lad, you know that Giroud thing, yeah? It's very important to notice something, yeah? Listen, Giroud's deal was triggered in April, to be extended. I want to put something into perspective here. All these in the know accounts, yeah, all these Chelsea related accounts, the people who are close to the club. There was no reports from them. I just listen, like people who on Twitter who religiously follow like rumors and kind of like hold on to it. Trust me, like these people want to sell you stuff, right? They want to sell you stories. They want to sell you paper. It's like a newspaper, bro. So don't always think that what they write is gospel, man. Trust me, because this Giroud thing has happened since April, and no one reported about it. No one even knew anything about it. It shows you the club moves in silence.
Which shows,
so if there's things linked,
which shows you that we don't know what we don't know. Even the reports today about Haaland. Okay, so they've said they're starting to. I bet you. My theory is that they're reporting they're starting to think about it. They might be so far down.
Yeah.
So further down the progress than even what they're reporting right now. Do you know what I mean? It's like something will pop up. He could sign before the Euros because he's not at the Euros. So actually, we don't have to rush. He's not actually at the Euros. You know what I mean? Norway aren't at the Euros, so we don't have to rush that. But yeah, obviously, I believe going on to other things, Chelsea. I think Tuchel, Mourinho, and Roman are trying to build a new spine. In this team. Haaland, obviously the striker they want, been linked with 3 midfielders recently, Tchouameni, Saul Niguez and Rice. And then the centre-back we've been really linked to is Varane. Let's move on to the midfield. We've also been linked with Saul Niguez, Slendz. What are your... because funny enough, Fatul was on the terrace today and he thought he was 30 plus, and everyone was going, like, no, he's only 26, bro. He's only 26. He's just not played a lot. He's not played this season. He's played a lot in the past, but 26 years old. What do you think of him coming in? And is that a sort of signing you'd go, yeah, okay, I'll take that?
No. 26, 30, 35, 40. I don't care what age he is. Keep that man away from my club, man. As I said, he's a jack of all trades, a master of none. Does not have an outstanding quality. Just a make-do midfielder who works well in a system. But I don't see him doing well at Chelsea. Even whatever club he goes to, that's advantage for the rivals, man. Because honestly, if he's going to start for United, they're going to continue to have the same problems. Like, he's not exactly physical. He's decent on the wall. Doesn't really affect the game as much. Doesn't affect the final third. He's living off one goal 4 years ago where he dribbled past 3 players and scored against Bayern. I'm not with it. This is one of the transfer rumors that I'm completely against. If we do sign him, it's going to be like a Ziyech agenda for me. I'm not going to back it. Listen. If I just don't think he would fit our system anyways, because we only have 2 spots, right? And those 2 spots need to either be someone who can be a ball-playing midfielder and someone who's physical, and he doesn't fill both quotas. So, yeah, keep that forward away from the club, man. That's basically Ashley Westwood with a Spanish passport.
If they only go for, I predict they're only going to go for one midfielder. Who would you want, Rice or Tchouameni?
Hey, listen, Tchouameni's half the price, and it has the highest.
Don't worry about the price.
We do have a budget within reason, though.
Let's not worry about the price because it's not our money.
I mean, to be honest with you,
just your preference of the player.
Why'd you do this?
Just your preference of the player. That's it.
Just say it, Slendz. We know you like Tchouameni more. We know you do. It's no secret.
Basuma. No, I'm joking. Tchouameni. I'll take Tchouameni. Yeah.
Do you even actually?
I really like Basuma. I really do.
I thought I was about to say that.
I feel like we already have somebody who's like very similar to that and a lot better at it already in N'Golo Kante. And I feel like we need somebody who kind of complements him a little bit. So for that reason, I feel like maybe Tchouameni is probably the better option. And I think
Tchouameni.
I think there's still room for development under Thomas Tuchel, under this under different systems as well. So.
Yo, what's going on with Kai? Oh, Kai just scored. Come on. Kai Havertz just scored.
Kai scored, yeah, he scored apparently.
Yeah,
he's got 2 assists as well. 2 assists.
Yay, King Kai.
Holick,
how dare you speak about Havertz? Yeah, don't talk about Havertz.
Shameless, Holick. You are shameless, okay? You're a hater of Kai Havertz, Holick. You're a hater.
Leave Havertz alone, man.
Yeah, leave Havertz alone. There was reports today that obviously Tuchel's asked Chelsea stuff about Declan Rice. I think the most Chelsea fans' issue with Declan Rice is actually the price.
That rhymes.
Yes, I didn't mean to actually. Sorry. Would you be disappointed if we get Rice?
If we pay 90 million for him, then I'll be disappointed. If we manage to get him for less than that, absolutely not, because I don't doubt he can be a vital addition to this team. The thing is, I don't want us to pay 90 million for him. I feel like that's just overpaying for a player, which I don't think is worth 90 million at this moment in time. He needs to earn that 90 million price tag, in my opinion. I think at best, I pay probably the same thing we paid for Chilwell. For somebody in his position, I'm not going to deny we do need a central defensive midfielder. That is clear for all of us to see, but 90 million, he's not worth it. If we can get him for less, then yes. If not, then we need to start scoring other targets, I think.
Basuma.
You're Basuma, yeah?
I really love Basuma. He was the reason why Brighton were creating so many chances. It's just a shame, like we said. They had nobody to finish them. They're just not clinical enough, but you cannot deny the beautiful football they were playing, and that was mainly due to him being behind.
I love that lens. Beautiful. I love it. Come on.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my camera's not working anymore. Oh, there we go.
Hey, send this off.
Yeah, no, that's very freaky. So let's put aside the possible transfer in 90 million for Rice, Marshall. Would you be at all? You're on mute, by the way, Marshall. In case you speak. Okay.
I know. I'm waiting for you to ask me a question.
Would you be? Would you be upset if we got Rice over, say, Tchouameni?
No, not at all. I'll be honest. I'll be straightforward with you guys. Look, I just simply don't know enough about Tchouameni to give a very informed and hindsighted opinion about it. From what I've heard, he's similar to Jorginho in the sense, and in play style rather. And I just don't think we need another specialist. I think we really, really, really are in desperate need of a proper CDM. We don't have a CDM. Hold on, let me finish. We don't have a proper CDM. We haven't had a proper CDM since Matic, maybe. So we haven't really replaced the CDM position, because let's get it right. Kante isn't a CDM, he's a box-to-box midfielder. Jorginho isn't a CDM, he's a Regista specialist. And Kovacic sure as hell isn't a CDM, he's a specialist as well. I really think if we're going to go for Rice, it would fill in that gap. I think he'd be a proper CDM. Yes, he's not that impressive, but then again, most CDMs in that position aren't the most impressive. It's a center defensive mid. It's defensive for a reason. They don't score you the most goals. They defend. They get the tackles in. They regain possession. So I think Rice... Although I've heard that Tchouameni has the same output as Rice and double the numbers maybe. I don't know. He's playing in France, and I'm comparing a player who plays in France over a player who's been playing in the Premier League, which we've seen how people and players that transition over to this league struggle. He's also young, and I'm willing to give Tchouameni all the time in the world he needs to learn under all these midfielders. I wouldn't be upset if we got any of them. I wouldn't be upset if we got any of them. If Tchouameni walked into the club, I'd be really happy to see that. Happy to see that we're getting someone in that center mid role, another midfielder. But I right now, because I don't know enough about Tchouameni, and Will's probably going to tell me all about him, I'm going to have to just go with Rice, to be honest. And just because we need that CDM, and he is that proper CDM.
Shame.
Also, the chemistry, too. You got to look into the chemistry.
Strike two, Hassan. Don't test me on strike three, okay? I know you're bantering. You're yay close. All right, Will, go ahead.
I was just going to add on to what Marshall's saying. I actually agree and disagree with him at the same time, as in, I agree that we do need a specialist central defensive midfielder, but I feel like if Tchouameni did come in, I don't think he's a similar profile to Jorginho whatsoever. I think he's way more mobile. His heat map's a lot different. I think he has... His defensive stats are a lot better as well. I think he's a different type of player. I think he's okay on the ball as well.
He likes to ping those balls, though, right? That's what I've heard.
Yeah. I think he attempts quite a few long balls a game. I think similar to Kovacic.
I have a question, Will. Sorry.
Okay.
I just have a quick question. Can you answer it for me? People say we need a specialist defensive midfielder. Mm-hmm. Don't we have Kante who does all the dirty work? So surely we need someone who's mobile, who's good on the board.
It's not necessarily about the... It's just about getting overrun, though, isn't it? You don't want two players.
That's what I said, mobile.
You don't want one player doing the job of two players. This is literally why Kante is getting burnt out and overrun.
No, but that's what I'm saying, Lambs, though. Someone mobile and someone good on the board.
Players. Hey, Alexis!
What's going on, Alexis?
What's popping, bro?
The thing about Kante, though, that we always see is that Kante tends to move forward. Kante tends to be in the midfield and the attacking third. You see it every single game. You freeze frame it. Jorginho's always the one in the single pivot, and Kante's shifting up.
Yeah.
So Kante isn't really as defensive as you would say he is.
That's my man's natural position. He's a natural box.
He's a box to box. Yeah.
Someone put the Discord link in.
When he's
I got you.
He wants to drift forward. He is at his best going forward. That's why we're there like, rah. Kante, that's his position. That's why.
What do you think, brother?
Hassan is... he does like to banter, does Hassan, but he actually has done an actual scouting report on Tchouameni in the Discord, which Marshall will post in a minute. So please join the
Yeah, I
Discord
got it.
as well.
I'm
He has actually done.
He has actually done. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, he actually has put a lot of work in actually to that. So big up to you, Sam, for doing that. I know you're.
No worries. We're always chilling in the
that one
Discord, guys. If you ever want to come talk to us.
Go on, Will. Finish what you're going to say.
Slendz, with what you said about Tchouameni, and I get, and a style of player that we need. I get what you mean, but wouldn't you rather have a player that is his main job, his best job is to sit, than a player that can do it to an okay level, but hasn't, especially a 20-year-old in Tchouameni who's not very experienced either. I personally want Declan Rice, if I'm being honest. He's the one he's the one. If price aside, you know, people can call me, you know, a youth sexual or an English sexual
they
or
can't.
whatever.
Please don't call him a youth sexual. Don't do that, please.
Please.
Actually,
It's not right.
Okay,
Will. That kind of language is going to cause some problems.
Yeah, Will.
I shouldn't. Okay, I should have thought before I said that. But yeah, Rice for me would be good. I feel like he's a little bit underrated on the ball, and I hope that he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. Hopefully, have a good Euros. So, yeah.
Can I touch on that Rice thing? Do you know what I think? And I'm not saying you guys. I feel like the majority of the issue with our fan base is that when they look at a player like Rice, they compare it to someone like a Modric or a Cruz or a more attacking minded midfielder. They look at the assists, they look at the goals. I feel like Jorginho falls into the same category. Kovacic, actually, basically, other than Kante, all of our midfielders fall under the same category where they play a center defensive role, but our fan base has this tendency of saying, "Oh, he doesn't score enough goals, he doesn't score enough assists. They don't participate in the attack." Do you feel that Rice falls under that same stereotype, that because he doesn't have enough goals or assists or anything, he's not that great, even though he's playing in a center defensive role?
I would 100% take Tchouameni though if he came in. He looks like I didn't rate him at first, but I watched more games of him. And he looks like a very good prospect, and he's only 20. I thought he was 22 as well. So, 20 years old. His defensive stats are unreal, to be honest. But, I mean, Locatelli's not going to happen. So, Rice for me would be perfect.
What was that comment by Hassan?
Hang on, what we will do is this. If we do sign Tchouameni, I'll get Hassan on to explain his scam report. So, if we're close to it. Which one?
The Fabregas and Rice.
No, I think he said, oh, no, wait, that one. I think he's bantering. He's bantering.
Andrew, have you said who you want out of Tchouameni and Rice?
I don't, listen, I can only go by what I've watched, so I don't know a lot about Tchouameni, that's all. I've not even watched him that much in the French league with Monaco, so I can't really do anything. What I will say is that Fabregas bigs him up very much.
Yeah, I've seen him 6 times. I've seen 6 games of Tchouameni, I think, and he's been good. I think he was good 5 of the 6 times. So,
an update on Haaland. The update is what you've read on Twitter. Chelsea are trying to work towards some kind of deal with Haaland. That's as much as we have at this moment in time. We're not in the know. We don't have any links to any journalist or anything like that. So you know, as much as you know, as much as we know, essentially like that.
Can I plug an account that's very good on Instagram with in the know kind of stuff? It's called Marquee. 1 second. It's called Marquee _ transfers on Instagram. Give it a follow. The person, we don't know who it is actually, but it's a person that actually posts daily and gives good updates.
Also, some people might disagree. I do follow Andreas CF, I think it is. He might be in the know, but without saying he's in the know. But some of the stuff he said is I just got that. Okay. It's good. Let's move on because I'm not going to talk about defender because we're not linked to any defenders at the moment in time. It's just speculation. Rants not even, Let's talk about Spurs. Yay, Spurs, the gift that keeps on giving. So, Spurs last week, about Wednesday's time, were all set to, or probably Thursday actually, all set to. Everyone was saying Conte set to sign, set to do this, set to take over. Who does Conte want? And then suddenly Friday, we were getting reports that something's stalled here. Conte's not too sure. Daniel Levy only is allowing 4 people to work on his team, etc., etc. And so yes, and now there's no big accounts saying there were little rumours earlier today that maybe they're back on. But as far as we know, Conte has walked away from Spurs, not the other way around. It will be Conte who walked away. Slendz, what is it that makes Daniel Levy think he's got the arrogance for a team that finished 7th to go to a guy who's won trophy, has got a decorated CV, who makes him think he can dictate things to a guy who's just won the Scudetto? What mindset do you think that is?
Do you know? Can we go to Lambs first? Because I feel like she has one of those rants.
Go on.
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah. What do you think makes Daniel Levy think he can go to a trophy-winning coach like Conte, who's just won a Scudetto for Inter, and make him think he can dictate terms to him? You okay?
I don't know. It's just so funny because the caliber of managers who were rejecting them before this Conte interest, these talks were even like a thing, was quite funny. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Eddie Howe rejected them, right? Graham Potter rejected them, right? And these are managers of teams who have finished below them. Some of them not even in the Premier League anymore, right? And these managers have rejected them. When I heard this talk of Antonio Conte, I never believed it for a second. First of all, because we know how demanding Conte can be when it comes to transfers and budgets and stuff like that. Like, he needs to have full total control over his transfers. If he doesn't, and he's limited in that sense, it's going to be a problem, right? The guy is worse than Jose. If they thought Jose was bad, this is Jose 2.0. This is Jose's child, right? This is Jose's child who, when he doesn't get what he wants, the toys are out the goddamn pram, yeah? And we know this from first-hand experience. We've seen what happened at Chelsea. We've seen what he's done at other better clubs than Tottenham. So why are we so surprised? I think the talks are only entertaining because he was possibly maybe promised the Kane money plus an additional 50 million as part of a transfer budget. So he's probably thinking he's got about 200 million to work with, right? To buy the players in, to create the team that he wants to so-called compete or whatever, right? But we all know how stingy Spurs are, how poor they've been in handling previous deals, how poor they are in listening to their players and their demands, how unhappy everybody is. I knew this was happening. I knew this was coming. So when they were talking about Conte being announced, I was actually, you know, I wasn't laughing. I was trolling on Twitter, yeah. I became a Twitter troll for Tottenham fans, yeah, because it was so funny. It was so funny to see. And when it fell through, I was just like, I told you so. I told you so.
Andrew, do you know what it is? Yeah, listen. Spurs and Levy rejecting Conte was like Danny DeVito rejecting a woman because she's too short. Like, it makes no sense, bro. How dare you? Like, understand? Apparently, Conte got they fell out and the demands weren't met because he wanted to get in staff members to win immediately.
Yeah,
and I think Levy didn't like that. This man was taking control.
So you can only have 4. Yeah,
it's incredible, bro. Like, if I was a Spurs fan, man, I would be burning alive, man. It's just this man is literally coming out rejecting this Conte because he wants to be too successful too quickly. Like, can you deep it? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I think for me, the way I see it is when it comes to Spurs, they need to rebuild. And obviously Conte coming in is a great thing. But I want to offer it like an alternative view. it's a great thing to have Conte come in, win some trophies. But if you think about it now, Spurs have come at the end of a cycle, and it's the perfect time to rebuild. Now, you want to rebuild with Conte, or do you want to rebuild with someone who's a younger version, who's got new ideas, who can actually build a team similarly to Poch, and kind of maybe compete in 2 or 3 years? Because Spurs have nothing to lose. They've always been bottle jobs. They've always been crap. So they have to rebuild now. They have to, if they can't get Conte, get a younger manager who has new ideas, who's got new footballing ideas, who can bring in young players, sell Kane, sell Son.
I really thought Graham Potter was the actual guy, and I swear to God, like he would have been on paper, he would have been perfect. Like the ideas that he has, you can see the football he's got Brighton playing, like with a small budget, you know what he can do as well, like the potential, and we probably would have got a lot more money if had they got the money from selling Harry Kane. Do you know what I mean? So he would have had that budget to get at least like more semi-decent players than the ones he currently has access to at Brighton. But the fact that my man rejected them, I mean...
Now, everyone knows my stance in Tottenham, they're losers. So, Marshall, though, what do you... Is it only Spurs who have a run at a manager like Conte? Are they the only team who can bottle getting a manager? Are they the only team?
Go to Will first, because I have a lot to say on this. Go to Will first.
I suppose the only team who can bottle getting a manager, and who do they think they are? They can put these demands on that manager as well.
Yeah, I mean, they have such a small club mentality.
They do,
and I'm so glad they had a chance of winning something with Jose. They didn't. They sacked him a week before a final. The best thing they should do now is, I know he signed a 1-year extension, but I think that was to sort of try and get more money for him when he leaves. They should just try and get Ten Hag from Ajax. I don't rate Ten Hag too highly, but there'll be no pressure on Ten Hag. His football is decent, I guess, and he'd probably get them into a comfortable Europa League place and maybe challenge him for top 4, which is where their standards are at. So yeah, they should go and get Ten Hag, a manager who plays decent football, that will probably bottle a lot of semi-finals and finals, but they'll be happy because they like losing but playing well. So
I don't even really think it's going to be even about the manager. Like, obviously the manager is very important, but I think what's the most important thing is the players they get in after losing Harry Kane. Honestly, the players they get in is going to say a lot about their intentions and their plans for next season.
Well, if it's anything like when they lost Bale. Remember when they lost Bale and all the crap they spent on their players?
They signed. Oh my God! They signed Benjamin Stambouli. Who remembers that guy?
Yeah. And what's his name? Soldado as well. They signed
Etienne Capoue.
Hey, and Capoue is balling in Villarreal right now.
What about Kerekes? Do you remember him? Kerekes?
Yeah, Kerekes. All the shit.
He's the captain of Romania, man.
Oh, the shit. So Marshall, the floor is yours, my friend. What do you want to say?
Go on, Marshall.
Listen to me, Spurs fans, listen to me. Fucking listen to me right now, Spurs fans. You guys had one of the best fucking managers. Are you listening to me? You had one of the best fucking managers in the world. You couldn't handle him. And you think you could handle Kante? What is going through your head? You idiots! Idiots! Anyways, this is what I mean. These first of all, they wanted to blame Jose for fucking everything. Yet when they try to get Kante and you see what's going on with Levy and what the fuck he's doing and why you can't get the things you want, you still want to blame fucking Jose for all the issues that Spurs had? Jose, who we know, who you know that Jose, if he doesn't get the players he wants, he is not a happy Jose. The closest fucking manager, the closest thing you've had to a trophy. This manager was about to give it to you, and Daniel Levy pulls the plug because, I don't want to pay the extra money. I don't want to win. And then you have the nerve to think that you had a chance to get Kante.
Okay,
You guys,
Marshall,
you guys.
just-
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Read it out for me, please.
Okay.
In your angry voice.
In an unrelated story, while Chelsea is talking about signing Haaland, Arsenal is losing relegation level players to Villa. What color can London be? Well, I'm telling you right now, it's fucking sure as fuck. Thank you, 88th bus stop. It's sure as fuck not fucking lily white. Let me tell you that. Fucking garbage team with garbage mentality, garbage fans with dead opinions. It's literally like I still till this day, I see fucking Spurs fans talking about Jose Mourinho. The man left your club 2 months ago. He lives in your club rent-free. And he lives in your head rent-free. And he only lives in your head rent-free because I know deep down inside you have that thought that maybe we made a mistake sacking one of the greatest managers in the history of fucking football to save, what, 6 mil, 5 million? To now have Ryan Mason because you didn't, and that's the other fucking point. Oh my God, that's the other fucking point. You didn't like Jose's style of football. What the fuck makes you think you were gonna like Conte's style of football? Wingbacks? You want to play with wingbacks? You want to play park the bus? Conte's not that much different. Conte's not that much different. 5 in the back, pragmatic football. That's how Conte won us the league. What the fuck did you expect differently? You fucking morons. It drives me so fucking mad. And then they're going to get rid of Kane. Well, good luck. Vinicius, who was a Jose signing, good luck getting him to perform without Jose. You fucking morons. And I think even Spurs players agree that sacking Jose wasn't necessarily the good thing to do. I don't think they were very happy with Jose being sacked. I don't think they necessarily wanted Jose to get sacked. They were actually competing for something with Jose. I guarantee you if Jose stayed, you would have at least had a closer chance to get Europa. Thank you for getting us 4th place. I appreciate that. We didn't really need it, but I appreciate you giving us that. But you guys are still fucking idiots. You weren't going to get Kante. There was no chance you were going to get Kante. There was no chance it was going to work. You need a new... Stop blaming your fucking manager. Stop asking... Even Pochettino isn't even sure if he wants to come back. And you want Pochettino, who, again, bottled it over at PSG. Couldn't win anything with PSG with fucking Neymar and Mbappe. Couldn't win anything with Neymar and Mbappe. And you want him to do something with Spurs? Do you not remember what happened after you made that Champions League final? You fucking morons. Deluded idiots.
You know,
Someone clip that, please. Someone clip that.
I just thought of a new Slendz.
If no one does clip that, I'm gonna go back and clip that. That was Marshall. Oh my! I couldn't have put it better myself. I think around was
morons. Every single one of them. Morons.
I just thought of a new show, and I don't know how long your voice will last with this new show, Marshall. But just like if you just say that something Marshall Rants or something like that. You know, just leave you alone for like. Or you could upload like videos every now and again. Or you just
Spurs
Andrew,
fans,
you know what we should do? We should
bring another side of me.
We should call it no filter therapy. Everyone just rants about the topic of their choice.
Guys, I don't know if you felt this earthquake when he was talking, but there was an earthquake around Earth, man. Do you know why there was an earthquake? Because motherfucking Timo Werner scored, bro. That's why.
Werner scored.
Hey, what up, Werner? Hey.
See, Arsenal fans, Nick Blue ass. Arsenal fans are deluded. But they at least because of the amount of times they've lost and not won the Prem, it's been like, what, 13 years since they won the Prem? They at least know their shit, and they're deluded in the sense that they think they're going to make big. Tottenham fans are deluded in the sense that they think they need to win a certain way, that their football needs to be this, instead of focusing on the fact that you need to win, period. It's just so stupid. And you know what? Touching on what Will said, this Ten Haugen guy, I'm pretty sure Ten Haugen also said he's going to stay at Ajax. So I'm pretty sure he, fucking Tommy Hilfiger, 10 dollars, whatever his fucking name is, bro. I'm pretty sure he fucking denied Spurs. I'm pretty sure he said that he's going to stay at Ajax for more time. So even he's not going to come. So you know what, Spurs? Have fucking fun sticking with Ryan Mason. Go have your deluded ideas. Enjoy your football at Ryan Mason over in fucking 15th place because you lost Kane and you have to put fucking Son at striker position. You don't have Bale anymore. You're going to get... Who the fuck are you going to get? I don't even know. Some fucking guy from the MLS to rely on. You have nothing. You have nothing. Get rid of your... If you want to... You know what? Make another documentary. Call it nothing or nothing because you have nothing. There's really nothing left to your club.
Just nothing, because it's all or nothing.
Just nothing. Call it nothing.
No,
nothing.
Guys.
And you know what? Make it free because it's not worth paying for that shit.
They need to put an ellipsis, ...
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Don't have anything there.
Wait, Andrew, breaking news. By apparently a tier 1 source at the lead correspondent at the Daily Mail has just tweeted that Haaland is open to join Chelsea, and United have also. Then they're unsure whether United can match the 80 million.
United. Of course, they're not going to match. They want to fucking pay 80 mil for Sancho. You think you're going to pay 150?
Sorry, what were you going to say? Finish what you
they're saying that a thing that could help us is that whether United actually pay the full money for Sancho. They're saying they're unsure that they can actually pay the full money.
Okay.
You know
Daily Mail, though.
I have faith that the Glazers are so shit, that they won't be able to pay the full money. And our club is run so perfectly, that if it comes between us and United's owners, we win every single goddamn time.
It might not be that. It might just be that they had this last year and United are different again. Do you know what I mean? They're different again. And they're probably going, I can't.
Do you know what's so funny, Andrew?
2 years in a row.
Do you know? Yeah, exactly. Do you know what's so funny, Andrew? If they do this once again for another year running, they've literally like cemented themselves as a joke man club, like an unserious club. No one is ever going to take them seriously when it comes to transfer fees again, as long as these same people are in charge, because they're doing the same shit they did last year. If this falls through, oh my God, like if they thought these protests towards the back end of this season were bad, there's going to be riots. There's going to be goddamn riots in Manchester, and I'm here for it.
Now, you're absolutely right, then. Marshall, that was superb.
I haven't been keeping track of transfer stuff. Don't worry, my voice is fine. This is what I do on my band as normal time. Which, by the way, guys, check out Back Pocket Alimony if you want to hear me scream more. Anyways, I literally haven't been paying attention to too much transfer stuff. But what I have been paying attention to is the Spurs bullshit, and it's just they just rile me up in a different way. We'll get to Arsenal and how they rile me up.
We are going to. Yeah. So let's move on to their North London host. Now, you think with Arsenal wouldn't, they'd let Spurs have all this bad news at least for 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, but no. Arsenal also decided, you know what? We want some of this banter news as well.
Hold my beer.
So first of all, they were linked, or they were scouted, whatever. They did bid for Buendia for Norwich, the Norwich player, right midfielder, Argentinian championship player for £33 million. Now, what happened is then Aston Villa, I think, matched it or bid a little bit more, and the player actually waited for Arsenal to come back, but they weren't coming back. So he just went, screw it, I'll go to Villa. They've shown more interest. Martinez is there. They've got the same agent. Deal's done and done. Now, what happened yesterday was Arsenal, big Arsenal fans was trying to tell people, we didn't even bid for him, weren't interested. We never scouted him, nothing. He's gone to Villa, stuff like that. Pathetic. Now, when you're getting, all this big club nonsense. When you're getting outbidded by Villa, Slendz, I don't know. As an Arsenal fan, I don't know what it's like. How can they? And now they're linked to Neves apparently. Basuma keeps popping up. What are they actually going to do here? Because they got outbidded for a championship player.
Andrew, listen. I'm not going to try and match Marshall's run. Marshall's run is great.
Couldn't. It wouldn't be.
He does his thing, but I have so much to say about Arsenal, man. Listen,
do it, man. Floor's yours.
I sat there, man, on the terrace, and I spoke to a girl, and he started taking out records from when the Queen was still sucking her mum's nipples about how they won in the 1915s. You know, the time where the Egyptian, you know, the pyramids were still being fucking built. These man told me that the head-to-head records matters. They started crying because we went outside their stadium. So much crap from the Arsenal in the last 2 weeks, yeah. DT, the man who doesn't care about Chelsea, who doesn't care about, you know, the minnows that are Chelsea, sits there on a podcast talking about how Chelsea went outside of the stadium. To me, that sounds like it's rent-free. Igal, EGTV, you, Igal, yesterday, at me because I was on a space listening to Arsenal news, yeah? Listen, I was laughing. I was sitting there laughing. Pathetic. You're a pathetic club. Face the realities. You're no longer a big club. You might have been big 17 years ago, but 17 years ago, man, listen, that was a long time ago. That was the last time you won a major trophy was 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Will was not a human being. Will was just floating around his dad's balls. 17 years ago. 17. I just want people to understand that Arsenal are slowly but very, very surely going down a slope right back to where Spurs were. You're not a big club. You have not been linked to any big players, and there's evidence. Some of you are talking about Grealish. Grealish? Bro, Grealish wouldn't even go visit your stadium if you paid for his tour, bruv. He wouldn't go. Why would he come to your club?
Free tour.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't. Even if you paid him, he wouldn't go. He's off to a big club, Man City. Look at even United. We laugh at United so much, but they're being linked to big players like the Sanchos, the Varans. Who are Arsenal being linked to?
Absolutely. Well,
who are Arsenal being linked to? Bro, understand. Buendia.
Never apparently, but I wouldn't be surprised if that fell through.
Who's that guy from Fiorentina? That guy maybe?
Vlahovic. Buendia picked us. Listen, he picked Aston Villa. Yeah, a club. Yeah. That got promoted 3 years ago. Understand the levels. You are 1 point away from Leeds last year. The current Premier League year. 1 point away from Leeds, a club that got promoted this year. Yeah. And you listen. You're not improving. Everyone else around you is improving. Understand, London is no longer red. The only thing that's red is your girl's period. It's over. It's finished. It's over. Let it go.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Will.
And this is why this is no filter football.
Sorry, that's why
there is no goddamn filter.
Will.
Yeah. Arsenal I said this.
That's a lot of red.
I said this on Broad Watch. How can Arsenal fans claim London is red when they can't attract a marquee player?
Yep.
How are they red? How is it red? How?
It's not.
I don't understand. They're going for Ruben Neves, which okay, he's not awful. He's not an awful player, but he's for me he's like a sideward step on Xhaka, maybe a bit of an upgrade slightly. I don't think he's not going to transform them. He's not a player that can completely lift them to another level. They're not. He's not really. You know, Basuma is a far better player. They might get Basuma. Yeah, they might get Basuma. That would be a great signing. But even then, look at the rest of their team. They're probably going to sign Onana, who won't even be able to play till February. So does that even really count as a summer transfer? Counts as a summer deal, I guess. But you're not going to transfer until at least next year.
Yeah.
You've got that Selic guy, I think, the Turkish right back. Probably an upgrade on Bellerin. But it's not proven how good he is. They're done. They've got Arteta, who, you know, sometimes maybe Arsenal fans can scapegoat him a little bit in games, but who are they? Even if they were going to sack Arteta, who are they going to get? Rafa Benitez, maybe? They're done. They are done. And DT,
Frank
talking
Lampard's looking for a job.
DT talking on his fucking podcast with his stupid hat on, you know, talking about how Chelsea fans go to their stadium.
He's so rattled by every single one of us. Yeah, even Treats had to come out and hold his hands up and be like, hey, we are done out here. But this
it's delusional, man.
It's pure delusion. Yeah, exactly what Slendz said.
He thinks the earth is flat, bro. I'm sorry, man. This guy
let alone last years, when in the last month has anyone brought up head-to-head records? No Arsenal fans.
You know you've lost when you mentioned it, Andrew. You said this.
I said that. As soon as you said that,
it's over.
As soon as I watched that, I went,
Andrew, do you know what that's like saying? That's
one. You haven't. Hang on, mate. You haven't said it, but you just conceded defeat right there. No one brings up head-to-head records whatsoever. Yeah, you only do that when they're playing each other. Yeah, you don't bring it up to say who's the biggest club. When you bring up head-to-head records, you might as well bring up how many blades of grass are on the pitch. You know, how many hairs the bald man in Rosetta's got on his head. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's just ridiculous, you know. And for any Arsenal fan who was pissed off with Slendz or Lambs going to there, you're just lucky I went there because one of those cannons would have gone missing. Yeah, I don't know where it would have ended up, but it would have gone missing. Yeah, go on, Will.
Also, if we talk about literally head to head, right? They've taken 6 points off of us. Where has it landed them? 4 places below us, right? Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't make any difference. Exactly what you said, Andrew. You might as well take the measurement of the blades of grass and the circumference and the area and all of that.
We used to take 6 points. I remember we used to sometimes take 6 points off United. We still
doesn't matter though, does it, Andrew? Because what have they done this season?
Hi, Daniel.
It's like saying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's better than Pep Guardiola because he's beaten him a couple of times.
Exactly,
it means fucking nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on. What were you going to finish with?
That was what I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, good, bro. Good.
Here's the thing with Arsenal fans that look. The thing about Spurs fans is they feel like they're these entitled freaking children. Yeah. Arsenal fans. They're just fucking plain deluded.
Hang on. Go ahead, sorry.
Arsenal fans, you guys are just fucking plain deluded. Willian is better than Ziyech. Bro, Ziyech had a shit season and he still performed better than Willian. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at all these players you're signing. Arsenal fans like to think that, because they have history, because they're this, they're that, they've won all these championships in the past, and back when dinosaurs were still roaming the earth, they won this and that. Like
these men are still out here counting community shields.
They're still.
They're out here counting community shields.
Exactly, they're counting fucking community shields, and they think that attracts players. I'm sorry. Look. Nottingham Forest was a big club at one point. Yeah. So was Leeds United, and then they got relegated to like the division under Championship.
Everton.
Premier. What is it? English Football League 2 or whatever it's called. I don't even know. I don't know because I don't keep track of it.
League One.
Arsenal fans, League One. There you go. Arsenal fans, like, just because you were big doesn't mean you can't be in League One again. You know what I mean? Like these clubs, they've had history. And they've still gotten relegated and still gone down. So it doesn't matter your fucking history. What matters right now, what you're doing right now. Right now, you're sucking it. You're sucking off Arteta right now. Because he has a project. Trust the process. All this dilly-dally and bullshit. The process that's gotten you absolutely nothing this season. What, a community shield? There you go. And last season, look, let's get it right. Last season was a weird season. COVID hit. No more fans. A lot to get used to. This season, at least we knew what we were getting ourselves into. We got used to the schedules, all this shit. There's not as many excuses as last year. Last year was a weird fucking year. You beat Liverpool in the Community Shield. Good for you. You won the FA Cup. Referee was probably on your side. But anyways, good for you. Oh, also the other speculation that the refs are against us. It's the delusion. It's the delusion. It's the drinking of the water, the drinking the Kool-Aid that Arsenal are. You know what? London isn't red. The punch bowl is red with fucking Kool-Aid that you're drinking. Jesus fucking Christ! The delusion that comes out of Arsenal. Look, I gotta. You got to look at it at a rational point of view. They do have talented players. Yeah. If they had a better manager, you could probably see that better manager getting the best out of Aubameyang, getting the best out of Lacazette. Maybe not even bothering with Willian, but that's another point. Getting the best out of Kieran Tierney, getting the best out of, and I feel bad for this guy. Partey. Getting the best out of Kante. Partey getting the best out of Saka. Not with this manager. They have quality players. I won't deny that Arsenal have quality players, but they have shit managers, shit owners, shit fan base at that. You just gotta accept that.
Oh, God.
Like you just gotta accept the fact that Your team is dead. Your team is dead. Your team is in the mud. Until you rework a lot of the structure there, you're not gonna. Why are you talking about Grealish? Why would Grealish want to go from a top 8 side to another top 8 side? He wants to go better. He wants to improve. I'm not saying, well, Villa was close to top 8. I don't know. It wasn't Grealish's fault that Villa dropped to like 11th or 12th where they ended up in the Premier League table. But with Grealish, they were up there. They were better than Arsenal with Grealish in the team before he got injured. Let's get that right. Arsenal was shocking the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And then let's DT stop talking about my club, man. Focus on your club. Focus on getting back the hairs on your head from all the stress of watching Arsenal play. Like, look into laser hair or whatever the fuck implants you got to worry about because you're wearing the hat, obviously, because all the stress and all the gray hairs of watching years and years of shit Arsenal. Go back Arteta like you were backing him in the beginning of the season. Go do your silly watch-alongs where you just say, oh, the player shit, yada, yada. Yo, go do that, all right? Go worry about AFTV and all that shit. Stop talking about my club. You don't deserve to talk about. Don't chat about my club, all right? You are not even in the same conversation anymore. You're irrelevant. We're still relevant. We're out here talking about Kane and Haaland and Tchouameni and all these players while you're talking about Blahovovich over in Fiorentina and what's his face.
He's a good player, to be fair.
So go worry about them. And he's probably not even going to go to your club. Your club is dead. Sorry, Partey. Sorry, you were sold a dream.
Marshall,
I feel bad for you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome to Chelsea if you want to come to Chelsea. What?
What did you eat in your wrap today, Marshall? Do you have a bit more egg than normal? Jesus God.
I didn't eat anything yet. That's the worst part.
Maybe you're hungry.
I don't like these fan bases, man. I just don't. We're talking about rivals. Don't even get me started at Man United. We'll get to that on another stream because I don't think we have enough time.
Can we stay on this camera angle?
Yes.
Just because Slendz wants to be the skull.
I know, he loves to be the skull.
Do you know what? The skull
Stupidity makes me so mad. Stupidity makes me really mad. And there's a lot of really deluded and stupid Arsenal fans out there that don't want to admit.
This skull's got more life in it than Arsenal, man.
There you go.
It's over. It's all over. I mean, listen, man. Your manager is more worried about his hairstyle than his fucking tactics. I swear, he looks like he swam everywhere. Why is his hair always wet, by the way?
Andrew called him a Lego man for a reason. He looks like a
know.
Lego character.
I had enough.
He looks like a collectible minifigure. That's what he looks like.
Okay, so I did edit the title of this thing. I put Marshall Rants on Spurs.
They got Brian in the comments.
Yes, so
Marshall, the views have gone up since you were doing the rants. So by 20.
Carry on, Marshall. Talk about the death sentence.
What do you want to rant on now, Marshall? Is there anything else you want to rant on?
No filter.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's just
Marshall,
look. It's no surprise that
marriage.
players are rejecting Arsenal, though. Like, you can't be surprised. Like, you keep thinking that history is going to account for, they still want to join because of the history. Like, look at Real Madrid. They haven't been, even just in recent history, they haven't been doing much, and players aren't really inclined to go to Real Madrid. Also, there's no money there. You guys have money, whether or not you fired Gunnosaurus, all right? You have money. You have money. You were paying Ozil to stay in training camp and just put the cones down. Like, you have money. You have money. Let's not get it right. You have money. But this is what I mean. Like, money doesn't mean everything. You could have all the money in the world, but if your club is shit, if your club is basically a death sentence for people's careers, you're not going to go to the fucking club. They're not going to go to your fucking club. They're not. They're just not. And so it shouldn't be a surprise that Buendia decided to reject you because you guys are idiots. And just the way they do PR too. Think about it. You guys remember when Partey was being released? The way they do deals.
We're never gonna forget, Marshall. We're never gonna forget these men played themselves by releasing that whole music video for him before even
they released the music video, and not only that, they waited until the last day. They waited until the last day of the transfer window to make the fucking deal for Partey, just because publicity and all this shit is like, you guys are idiots. You guys are Freaking idiots.
Do you know what's even funnier?
Absolutely moronic.
They used the Champions League ball in the music video as well.
Oh.
They used the Champions League football.
They haven't been to a Champions League in how long, guys?
2017 was the last time they were in the Champions League. 2016.
Bro,
17.
I don't play ball. I don't
Giroud
play
was their
ball.
top scorer. Giroud was their top scorer at that time as well.
You guys got rid of Giroud. You guys had a world-class goalkeeper, and I consider him a world-class goalkeeper.
Marshall.
You want me to read this?
Martinez,
Right.
yes. They sold
Victor,
their number
thank you.
one goalkeeper.
Peter, thank you for the super chat, and I just can't seem to get enough of the Timo Werner, the Timo
don't-
Werner.
what are you doing? Is
that what it is? I don't know. Oh, Pater, you need to send more money because you didn't fit all the characters in that
Oh,
one, man.
shut up, Marshall. Be grateful. Shut up, Marshall.
Thank you, Pater. Appreciate it. But no, like,
No, listen, we
Big
need to get Marshall into a game at Stamford Bridge so he understands how us Brits do, how we really.
I don't know the chance very well. But listen, Devin, I don't fucking claim I play ball. I'm not a professional. There's a reason I'm on this panel and I'm sitting on this chair with my fat ass, all right, man? I don't fucking play ball. I don't claim I do. What the hell this is what I mean with the delusion. Why are you bringing up the fact that I play ball? Let's talk about your club. Let's talk about how dead your club is. Let's talk about how stupid they fucking do shit.
I'm sure you can play with balls. You'll be fine.
I can play some ball. I can play ball. I can play with some balls, yeah. Play my own balls, bro. That's what we're talking about. But that's about it. Like I'm not fucking. I don't get paid Partey wages. I don't get paid Bellerin wages. Like I don't fucking do this shit for a living, man. Jesus fucking Christ. But no, that's the thing too. Like I was gonna bring up. They had Emi Martinez, and then they chose to fucking play the man who touches the ball outside the fucking goalkeeper box. Freaking what's his face? I don't even. Burnt Leno. Burnt up Leno. Jesus Christ. Not even that. Not as good. You guys are probably watching Aston Villa's game and looking at Emi Martinez and saying, God damn, we made a mistake. But because I am an Arsenal fan, I'll back my manager, I back my club, I back my goalkeeper. Go Bert Leno. Oh, Bert Leno just got sent off because he touched the ball outside the box. Go Bert Leno. Freaking deluded fans, man. I'm done.
Oh.
I'm just about as done as I can get.
Wow, Jesus. We didn't plan this. We
did it.
Rants. Wow.
I don't like my rivals.
How did you feel about Phil Foden when the young player of the year instead of Mason Mount?
Look.
Why are you trying to get into run?
No. I'm gonna rant a little bit, but it's not gonna be about Phil Foden getting it over Mount, our fan base. Listen, guys, please stop with the Mason Mount agendas. Please stop with this whole Mason Mount Ballon d'Or. Stop listening to Johnny. Just stop. Stop listening to him. Unsubscribe to the Twitter hive. Put your time, your more valuable follow to our KH No Filter account, because I guarantee you'll get more out of that No Filter account than you will in the Mason Mount hive. Stop doing this, because listen. The hive is the reason. The hive is the reason that these people think that Mason Mount is so deserved of the young player of the year over Phil Foden.
Have you got to go?
Yeah, I do.
Right,
Guys. I've got another stream in literally like 5 minutes.
Right,
but
no
I love you guys all. I will be back again next week for whatever rival show we're doing. Euros, transfers, everything. Yeah? As long as these guys allow me back in it.
No, there's a place.
Yeah, of course.
Don't be silly.
Of course.
This is your channel.
Yeah, whenever you're free.
Love it. Anyway, in case anybody's forgotten, we're still the goddamn champions of Europe.
Champions of Europe.
Champions of Europe.
Take notes, Arsenal and Spurs. Take notes.
Sorry, you were destroying the MM Hive?
No,
Listen.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
No, let him go. Go on.
Listen,
Marshall.
here's the thing.
Destroy them, please.
Let's get it right. In less minutes and less playing time, coming off the bench, Phil Foden has made more of an impact for Man City than Mason Mount has. Let's get it right. He has performed a lot better in less time and less game time than Mason Mount. Now, I love Mason Mount. I do. And I do defend Mason Mount. And I do say that if they had the equal amount of minutes, if Mason was in that Man City squad, maybe Mason makes it over Phil Foden. But we're talking about this season. We're talking about a standout player this season. And as a youth, in less time, Phil Foden, and you could say it's because of the team he's surrounded by, right? You could say it's because he didn't have a shit manager in the first half of the season and all that stuff. There's all the excuses. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the facts. You have to look at the stats. You have to look at what has gone on and what has happened this season. Phil Foden has had much more of an impact this season, has much better of a season than Mason Mount has. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're saying that Mason Mount should have got that Player of the Year award, then you're just being biased. You're just being biased. You're in that hive. You're fangirling Mason Mount. Yes, Mason won the Champions League. Yes, Mason had a good pass in the Champions League. Mason had very critical points in the game or in games this season where he has won us the game, and he's been our best player. I'll give you that. He has been our best player, hands down. He has been there when it was bad. He was playing when it was bad. He was performing when it was bad. He was there, and he was performing when it was good too, and he's been an impact player. But let's get it right. Foden, with the little time he's had, he has proven to Pep that I deserve to be in the starting lineup, that I deserve to be talked about, that I deserve to be played every single game, and he's deserved to be a key player in the squad. Phil Foden has done that. He's also younger, I believe. Phil Foden is what, 19?
He's 20. He's 2 years younger, yeah.
20. Okay. So he's also younger, too. To do it at a much younger age, surrounded by all these players that you're getting playtime over. Mind you, he's playing over the likes of Raheem Sterling. He's playing over the likes of Mahrez and Aguero and all these players that have much more experience than them and are much better players than them on their day. He's proven to them this season that he has been the player to go to, the player to rely on, that Pep can rely on him. It's I don't know why there's so much shock that Mason Mount didn't win it.
I don't think there is any shock. And do you know what? Foden, for me, is the second best talent in the world behind Kylian Mbappe, in my opinion, yeah? And I'm not even upset that he won Young Player of the Year because Mason Mount stepped up in the Champions League final and we're Champions League of Europe. I just think it's unfair to sort of, blame it on people that like Mason Mount, which is what you said. You told people to unfollow poor Johnny's hive, And
yeah, because this is the thing. This is the thing. If we were level-headed about it, if we were talking about not Mason Mount, let's say we were talking about Jorginho. The reason why
the hive is even a thing is because of the unhealthy criticism over. Is it over criticism? Is that even a word? Is that even a
It's I get what you're saying. Over criticism creates like overrating of a player as well.
Exactly. The only reason that people want to show how good Mount is because
overhyping, overhyping.
And how some of our fan base still don't rate him. That's the reason. It's not because I love Johnny, sometimes he loves Mount more than any of us do, let's be honest. He loves Mount more than any of us
combined.
And
he loves him in a different way as well, like in a different way.
Yeah.
Very sexual way.
Reasons,
Anyways.
that is a joke for legal reasons. But yeah, I get Marshall. I think it's unfair to blame a group of fans.
No, I just think this fan base, a lot of the fan base, like to big up him way too much than he deserves. Let's get it right. Will. Literally, when we sit here and criticize the bad games that Mason Mount has, how many people in the chat disagree? How many people in the chat?
Okay, I guess if they're angry at us criticizing him, then that's just a problem they have.
That's what I mean. It's a result of them overhyping him.
That's that, and do you know what? I guess that is fair enough. But I just the only reason that Mount is even high. Okay, Mount has been superb this year, and I think he deserves to be in the top 2 young players in the Premier League. Top 2, yeah. And I'm not angry that Foden got it above him because I can see why. He's younger. He won the league as well. He contributed to a title-winning team, so I can see why he won it. And to be fair, I don't really care about individual awards anyway. If I'm being completely honest, I just think the reasoning why you said Foden won it is a bit wrong. If you get what I mean.
I initially wanted to ask that question to see if if he was going to rant. And go,
Andrew, camera's off, by the way.
No, Rants should have won it. So it sort of backfired on me.
I think his camera's malfunctioning a bit.
So it sort of backfired on me.
Yeah.
So I thought Marshall was gonna go.
No, I'm not like a reactionary Chelsea fan that's upset about it.
So guys, if you didn't know, Marshall hates Mount. That's a problem. He just dislikes.
No, I don't. I don't hate Mount. Stop shredding. This is what I mean. You're becoming an Arsenal fan with all these diluted opinions and comments right now, man. Jesus Christ! In front of my own eyes.
His YouTube channels in the links in the page.
Hey, Marshall.
For hating.
Marshall's got some big things coming on there. If you want to
Yeah, I do actually. I do. So yeah, check out the YouTube. It's in the link below, or you can search it Marshalldbdx. Go subscribe to that. Help me out. I always stream. I stream very consistently Wednesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, or Thursday, Fridays, and Mondays for you guys.
It'll be early in the morning.
Yeah, early in the morning. Or you can catch the replay.
But Marshall,
But we have videos, actual videos, and not streams.
Drink your morning coffee and watch Marshall at the same time.
Yeah,
come on.
Marshall, what are you working on that's coming out this week? What are you working on?
Well, guys, I don't know if you know, but there's this nice little game that everyone's been playing and talking about. And if you're into video games, let's go over to my channel called Resident Evil 8 Village, that I'm going to be releasing the videos that I played in the walkthrough for it on there soon. Also, I'm thinking about doing some commentary on the World Cup qualifiers and all that stuff in Copa America over on my channel. Just because I do follow that stuff. So if you want to check out that, possibly that kind of content, go check out the channel.
That Gotham Knights game?
Gotham Knights? Possibly. I still have to play all the Arkham games.
See, because they do
which is on the to-do list.
They do a co-op there, and we should do that. Okay.
Hey, cool.
That's Loki is not.
Can I get off the big screen now?
Yes.
I feel like I'm in Times Square, just like.
Yeah.
Wait,
What's
guys.
Times Square?
Wait a minute. Okay. Could we when people
come on,
do
Slendz.
you know what I think is actually better? When we do shows and we ask someone a question, could we actually put them on the full screen like we do with Marshall? I think it's better, if I'm being honest.
And we can talk about that backstage, of course.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, links. Links in the description below for Twitter and for YouTube channels. I want to thank Lance for coming on as usual. I think. I was really passive, and them to really like sort of passive really for Arsenal and for Spurs especially. I mean, I didn't really have to say anything because Marshall said it. But, if you like what you see, we've got videos previously. Go check that out. Subscribe, please. Like the videos, share them. Yes, true. Yeah. Don't. Yes. If you're a mod. That means that we trust you. If you're a mod, we will take the banter. We'll take rival fans. We'll take.
This is a rival show.
We disagree with you. What we won't take is abuse, like like racial, sexual abuse, something like that. We won't take that racist thing or anything like that. But don't ban them because they just disagree with you. Okay? Yeah. Let's be respectful to each other. There's no filter. Do no filter banter style. Do you know what I mean? Just make it jokey, okay?
You should see what happens in Discord. Jesus, God, I get my fair share.
Which, by the way, guys, do join the Discord. A lot of good stuff there. We're always there. We're actually been doing some watch-alongs for Euros and South American qualifiers and all that kind of stuff.
Also, Andrew does sing for us on Discord.
Yeah, that too.
And Marshall.
That does happen.
Yeah, Marshall as well.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But yeah,
it definitely come hang.
That's the Rivals Transfer Show. We'll probably be back on Wednesday for a Euros prediction or just a build up to the Euros. And then something that we'll do more stuff over the Euros, more transfer shows, possibly some Euro reaction to games, especially maybe in a group that has Germany, France, and Portugal in it.
Can we cover Italy, Andrew, against Turkey?
We'll cover it all. What
we will do is we will also have call-ins on the Wednesday show, and we'll take your guys' picks for who wants to win.
Take your picks, who to win, who do you think is going to stand out? Maybe there's a player
and also, actually, shit. Sorry, I was going to say shit, but it sounded like I was saying sure because I didn't get my word out for whatever reason. I actually need
You're right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. But do you want me to quickly put the thing in the chat, the fantasy football?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's chat now on the stream.
No.
Wait. No, I think do it in the Discord. Whoever.
The link.
We'll do it in Discord, actually. Discord.
Yeah,
Discord.
do it on the Discord.
Yeah, if you want the link, you go to Discord. You can sign up if you're already in there.
Yeah.
It'll be in the general chat. Tim got
And the
Will,
fantasy
whatever.
chat as well.
And the
We'll have it
fantasy
on
chat
there.
as well. No, Hassan, you can't. Yes, okay. But yeah, well, thank you for tuning in to Occasional Bit of Football. Kai's not here. Don't do drugs. Have a nice day.